Today, I want to show you guys how to record your face cam and your gameplay separately, or at least how I do it. I know there are different ways to do this thing. I've seen people do the ultra wide canvas where you fit your gameplay and your face cam on the same canvas, record that, edit it in your software. I feel like for me, the quality doesn't stay the same. I might be doing it wrong, but the quality doesn't look very good. I don't like it. So this is the way that I've been doing it lately. Now, it depends on how powerful your system is, whether or not your PC can handle this, because essentially what you're doing is you're recording two separate files at the same time while you're running your game. So it could be taxing, but for me, fortunately enough, I do have a beefy PC. If anything, I'd recommend just playing your gameplay at 1080, recording it in 1080 at least, and your cam should be at 1080, but we're going to get into it, and I'm going to show you guys the settings on how to set everything up, and the best settings for you are going to vary, but I'm going to kind of, run through everything, show you guys the settings and pretty much what I do, and maybe it'll work for you. Like I said, the ultra wide canvas doesn't work for me. I don't know if I'm doing something wrong inside the editing software, but it does not look good. The gameplay footage, when I crop everything out and set it up just for gameplay, it doesn't look sharp to me, and it doesn't look very good. Same thing with my cam. When I'm cropping everything out, everything just looks blurry. It just defeats the purpose of the entire thing that I'm trying to do. So I didn't see a lot of people, I don't see anybody actually mentioning this specific way that I'm going to show you on how to record your gameplay and your face cam separately, but I'm going to show you right now, okay? Okay, so we're in OBS right now. As you can see on the left side right here, we have our display capture, okay? Now you're going to see multiple, obviously it's going to have like this effect right here because we're on the same monitor. That's why I disable it so it'll look all weird. But this is this is going to be your gameplay right here. Off to the right here, this is going to be the vertical plugin from Atom. If you don't know what that is, I'll show you right now. You guys can go to the website, download it. So this is it right here. What you're going to want to do is you're going to type in, what I'd usually do is just type in Atom. I can't pronounce it. But you're going to go look in their products. You go right here to vertical. This is the vertical one right here. You're going to download it for free, and it should automatically pop up for you in the OBS, assuming we have the vertical plugin installed and up right here. First, I'm just going to show you the settings that I have for the vertical cam only, okay? So right here off to the side, I have my vertical sources. So sometimes I do stream on TikTok, but I have my overlays here. I have my video capture device, which is my camera. I'm going to go ahead and enable that right there. See, you see it right there. It looks great. It looks crispy. It looks very, very good. I'm using a really good camera, so it's going to look well. But you're going to hide that real quick just for the purpose of the video right here. So we'll disable that. But I just have, game capture right here. This is for, like I said, TikTok. So you got to pretty much stack your your face cam and then your gameplay at the bottom, and then starting off with the settings. Okay, very, very simple, very straightforward. You're going to go into this little cog wheel right here, this little mechanic wheel or whatever it is, whatever you want to call it. It's the settings option. So you're going to stay in general right here, and you're going to want to change your resolution from 1920 to 1080. Now, if you're doing vertical only, you'll be able to, it's going to show 1080 by 1920, so it's going to be a vertical crop of it. So you want to make sure you change 1920 to 1080, so that way you get the horizontal feed, horizontal canvas for your cam, okay? And this is all you're going to touch. You're going to uncheck backtracking. You don't want that on. You're going to go to your recording. I recommend use main OBS settings. You're going to click that right there, so that way you don't have to, manage double settings. Also, I've noticed if you don't have that clicked in your recording, it will not record two separate files. I don't know how to get around that, but I leave it right here with use main OBS settings, and that's pretty much it, okay? And we'll go into my main OBS settings, so that way if you do want to try it this way and it's kind of taxing on your rig, you can kind of play with the settings and your bit rate and your quality and see what kind of works for you, okay? But this is essentially pretty much what you're doing. All right, you have your vertical plugin, and what you're going to do is pretty much your sources. You're going to add your source. This is going to be your cam. Now, once you hit record, like I have mine recording right now, it's recording the vertical and it's recording my horizontal, okay, off my gameplay, off to the left. Okay, it's recording my screen at the same time. You're going to have two separate files, high quality for your cam, high quality for your screen or your gameplay, okay? I personally like this better, even though it's more taxing on your PC, you just get better quality. You cannot, cropping and doing all these things inside your software that you're using to edit video. I notice it, and I'm really, really picky on how everything looks because I spent so much money on this stuff. I want to make sure everything's looking good. So now we'll move on to the settings for your horizontal, your game capture. All right. Very straightforward. These are my settings right here. Now I recommend if you have a low budget PC, you're going to record everything at 1080, It's going to be a lot easier for you. Right now I'm recording at 1440. That's what my monitor is. That's what my video game is going to be recorded at. And then you can also, even if you're recording in 1080, right, you can export to 4K. So after you're done editing your video, you can export to 4K to get a little bit more resolution there. It'll look a lot better. So first off, you're going to open the settings in OBS. You're going to go down to output. Okay. You're going to make sure advanced at the very top right here is selected. Okay. And then you're going to be able to go to recording. You're going to scroll down a little bit to encoder settings. All right. These are the settings that I use, that I'm comfortable with, that my system can run. Okay. Like I said, it's going to vary for you. You're going to leave it on constant QP. All right. The constant QP right here, or the rate control, is constant QP. And you have your constant QP right here. The number, so the lower the number, the less pretty much bit rate it's going to be recording at. The higher the number, it's going to be more bit rate, so better quality, right? So I have mine at 18. Generally, it's from 17 to 18. Whether or not your PC can handle it, I would stay around maybe 17 to 18. If you need to, drop it down to 16, 15, something like that, okay? You want to get your key intervals right here at 2 seconds. Right. And this right here, this next one right here is really determines on how well your PC is going to be able to handle recording both files at the same time. And, if you're in 1080 or 1440, preset P6 right here, slower, better quality. If I was to go up to like the slowest, best quality, this thing would be absolutely choppy. Okay. I wouldn't be able to handle it. But you want to play around with this setting. I recommend if the lowest you can go, without getting any choppiness or lag or anything like that, you want to go to 5. I would go to 5. Okay, nothing lower than that. Other than that, your game, if you go lower than that, your game isn't going to look very good. Okay, nothing's going to look very good. So I recommend you're going to stay at 5. That's it. That's the lowest you're going to want to go. Not bad. Let me get back into settings. So output, real quick. Now you're going to leave your tuning at high. Okay, always leave it at high quality. You want quality. It doesn't, the latency, you just want quality. You prefer quality. Now, your multi-pass mode. I have never tried single pass mode. If you want to play around with it, you can if you have a lower end PC and that you're kind of struggling to record both these files at the same time. You're going to go ahead and give it a try. Just go back and forth, give it a try. You do single pass and you can probably do like high quality. If not, you're going to leave it on 2 passes right here. Okay, this is what I recommend. Quarter resolution, and you're able to run it at a good quality. As soon as you switch it to 2-pass full resolution, bro, this takes up a lot of resources, okay? And depends on what kind of game you're running, that takes up all those resources as well. Remember, your GPU is running off of, your game is running off of your GPU, and OBS is, and your recording is running off your GPU, all right? So you want to keep that in mind. You're going to leave your profile high. You're going to leave look ahead on, adaptive quantization on, and your frames at 2. Now, if you need your video settings right here, okay? You want to keep your base canvas at, whatever your monitor is. I like that for your preview. You don't have to do that. You can do it to 1080, but make sure output scaling is at whatever monitor you have, whether it's 1080, 1440, or 4K. You want to make sure that is set properly, okay? This right here, output resolution, is what you're going to be recording in, okay? Just keep that in mind. You always want to leave it at 60 FPS, common FPS values, 60 FPS. That's the smoothest. If you're going to upload to YouTube, it's the smoothest way to record, and put it into your editing software and go ahead and work with it like that. Okay. So this is pretty much what I do to record my cam and my gameplay separately. So that way, when I edit it in my software, it's going to be a beautiful, high quality image where you can edit everything, where you can get your little face cam and put it wherever you want on your screen, on your layout, and then expand it, close it without losing any kind of resolution. It's not going to be pixelated. You will not lose resolution. I don't understand why not enough people are talking about this, of doing it this way, but this is how I do it. And please do me a favor. If you have any recommendations on how to run this a little better, or maybe I was doing the ultra wide wrong, maybe I was editing it wrong, okay? Comment down below, let me know. But this is pretty much how I run mine, okay? I have my scene set up over here with my game capture and my voice chat. That's pretty much it. That's all I have. Look, I enable it. This is it. You got a lot of me's right here, but we're just capturing your game. That's it. That's all we are doing right here, okay? And we're using the vertical plugin to capture your camera, and you're going to have 2 separate files to edit from, and I will show you right now. So when I go into where I save my game captures and stuff like that, you're going to see, look, you're going to have this right here. That's the gameplay, and this is the cam to that gameplay. This is the gameplay, and this is the cam to the gameplay. Same thing right here. And these 2 ones right here that look like this, those are currently being recorded right now as I'm filming this video, okay? So you're going to have 2 different files to work with. Also, you want to make sure, now I'm not really good at this. I kind of messed it up already. So maybe I'll make a video next time. But what you want to do as well, right? And I'm going to show you. For all your audio, for your game audio, okay? And your mic audio for your cam, your face cam, you're going to want to go to this wheel right here, okay? This wheel right here at the very bottom. So it's going to be your, advanced audio properties. So for your mic, for your mic auxiliary right here, you're going to make sure certain tracks are clicked, so that way your vocals, your voice chat, right, your voice isn't being recorded on the same file as your full gameplay. So that way when you get it into the editing software, you can control each one of those the volumes separately. Just your game, it's not going to have your voice in it. It's not going to have your voice recorded to that file. It's going to have just your gameplay. So that way you can adjust that. If it's too loud or too low and you want to bump it up, same thing with your vocals. All right. Same thing with your mic. You're going to have your mic recorded to only your cam. Okay. Now I would look up settings for this because sometimes I mess it up and then I kind of have to go through it over and over again. I'm not very good at this part. But this is essentially what you want. You want your face cam to be recording with your mic only, and you want your gameplay to be recorded with your gameplay sound only. Okay, that's how it should work. That's how you need it to have it clean. This is how I do mine. I'm very particular in it. This is kind of how I like to set mine up. Even if it's going to take a little bit more resources, I'm fine with that. Okay, I'm fine with that as long as everything is recorded at high quality and I have full control over my audio. Okay, this is how I do it. If you know an easier way, please leave it down in the comment. Let me know. Hope this video helped you guys. If you guys have any questions at all, leave them down below. Comment, like the video, sub to the channel. I just wanted to throw this out there real quick because not enough people kind of talk about doing it this way. And yeah, I kind of needed help. So it is what it is, man. I appreciate you guys watching the video. Again, hit the like, hit the sub. I'll see you guys later, man. Peace out.